Adventure isn't about how difficult the road is. It's about the stories you bring home. About how much it teaches you before it ends. People often ask me, how do I plan my adventures? The truth is, most of them begin exactly like this, with a coffee. A few minutes spent checking the weather, looking at maps, and wondering what the day might bring. Today's plan is simple. We are in Bucovina, in northern Romania, at the end of April. We will cross the mountains from Izvoarele Sucevei to Cârlibaba. My friend is celebrating the maiden voyage of his brand new CFMOTO 450MT. I am riding my trusted workhorse, the Honda Transalp 650 that I have recently restored, now fitted to the Carpuride CarPlay that I'm eager to test. But the real destination isn't Cârlibaba. It's everything we will discover on the way there. It's discovery itself. The road climbs steadily through the forests of Bucovina. It's also the perfect place to test the new Carpuride. Navigation, music, and communication suddenly appear on a motorcycle designed long before smartphones existed. The old Transalp hasn't changed, but somehow it feels younger and more modern. I'm really happy to take on this journey. I feel like dancing. But can I ride and dance? Sure, why not?
Ăla-i, ăsta este. Pe aici o luăm.
I last traveled on this road over 25 years ago. Only isolated communities lived here. I wonder if it has changed. These aren't tourist roads. They are working roads, built for foresters and shepherds. Quiet roads that connect valleys, villages, and mountain pastures. For my surprise, the old broken road that I almost failed to complete now has a brand new asphalt stretch. Sign of prosperity and modernization. Honestly, I miss the old road.
Cât e ceasul?
Mergem pe prețlop și ne întoarcem pe aici înapoi. Apoi mergem încolo și ne întoarcem pe partea aia.
Am și asta variantă. Nu, vreau să mergem la Cârlibaba și mergem după aia încolo. O lăsăm pentru o zi de vară.
People often think adventure is measured in broken parts, muddy boots, or impossible trails. I see it differently. Adventure begins the moment curiosity takes over. It begins when you leave the main road simply to see what's over the next hill. When you stop because something catches your eye, when you allow the journey to interrupt your plans. The roads we are riding today aren't technical. There are no river crossings to conquer, no impossible climbs, but they lead somewhere special. And sometimes that's the greatest adventure of all. Every motorcycle has a first real adventure, the first long day, the first mountain crossing, the first photograph that will still matter years from now. Today is that day for this CFMOTO, and there couldn't be a better place than Bucovina. Looking around today, it's difficult to imagine these peaceful forests as a battlefield. Yet, in the winter of 1915, these mountains became one of the fiercest fronts of the Carpathian campaign during the First World War. At the time, Bucovina was under the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Russian imperial forces launched an offensive through the Carpathian passes, hoping to break into Hungary. These roads in Cârlibaba held enormous strategic importance. Whoever controlled these valleys controlled one of the few practical routes through the mountains. The defense was organized under General Karl von Flanzer-Baltin. His forces brought together soldiers from every corner of the empire. Austrians, Hungarians, Romanians, Poles, Czechs, Croats. Men speaking different languages but sharing the same frozen trenches. But perhaps the greatest enemy wasn't the opposing army. It was winter itself. Snow buried the roads. Temperatures dropped far below freezing. Entire units struggled simply to survive the mountains. Thousands crossed these same ridges. Many never returned home.
Foarte fain.
Today, on our motorcycles, we follow where armies once marched. This is what adventure riding means to me. Not difficult terrain, not racing against time. Simply following roads that invite curiosity, roads that encourage you to slow down, to notice the silence, to appreciate where you are. Along this hidden road stands a quiet monument, easy to pass without noticing. Yet it remembers those who fought and died in these mountains. Just a few steps away, crystal clear water flows endlessly from the rock under a wooden cross. The water is cold enough to numb your hands.
Bem apă de aici.
I can imagine the soldiers that stop here, maybe praying. Shepherds still do. And now, more than a century later, two motorcyclists continue the tradition.
I did my best to notice when the call came down the line, up to the platform of surrender. I was brought, but I was kind. And sometimes I get nervous when I see an open door. Close your eyes, clear your heart. Cut the cord, are we human? Are we dancing? My sign is vital.
Eventually the mountains release us. The road drops into Cârlibaba. The village is quiet today, but carrying stories that stretch back centuries. Every good ride deserves an equally good ending. In Bucovina, that often means stopping at a local păstrăvărie, a trout farm.
Da, afară e fain. Să se ducem în interior. Ai în interior. Bună ziua. Bună ziua. Aici stă. Da, aici e fain. Aici stă.
Gotta let me know, are we human or are we dancers?
Nothing beats a traditional fresh fried trout with mușdei or garlic sauce and hot mămăligă. Good conversation.
Scrieți-vi dacă nu convine poziția mea sau nu. Sau cotă.
The smell of pine drifting through the air. Not a bad way to celebrate a motorcycle's first adventure. We often think adventure lives at the end of the hardest roads. But today reminded me that sometimes it lives in quieter places, in a forgotten battlefield hidden among the trees, in water flowing from a mountain spring, in a village where every house tells a story, in a friend's first ride on a brand new motorcycle, and in an old Transalp discovering something new, a workhorse. The road between Izvoarele Sucevei and Cârlibaba didn't test our riding skills. It tested something far more important. Our willingness to stop, to look around and to be curious. Because in the end, adventure isn't about conquering the road. It's about letting the road change you. Thanks for watching.